Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
All right. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is my WWE NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver review. I will be talking about both nights, night 1 and 2. Night 1 premiered on Wednesday, and night 2 just got done a couple of minutes ago. Gotta say, I'm actually kind of happy we're done with this Wednesday Night War BS. Let's move on to some bigger and better things, and we'll get into my overall thoughts on that situation after my takeover review. So stay tuned. It's gonna be quite the broadcast, and I do once again want to give my condolences to the family of Earl Simmons, aka DMX, who, was taken away from us way too soon. He will go down in history as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Show some love to DMX in the comments and the live chat, and let's make this review in his name. Let's make this work. Let's give this the best we got. You know I will. Alright, so let's pay some bills. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Get yourself a t-shirt. Get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. We got ourselves an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. We got the new school Alyx's World t-shirt, but we also got ourselves a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie America t-shirt made by It's J Knox and Firestar Heart. Get them all today at Pro Wrestling Tees or Teespring.
Will Adam Cole go to main rosters, and which shows do you want Adam Cole go to SmackDown or Raw, and will he be main event, guys?
Well, again, we'll talk about that when we get to it. We'll definitely cover the Adam Cole aspect when we get to the end. Seeing a lot of Rip, DMX, tweet. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of comments and people are saying it hasn't been confirmed. It has been confirmed. I didn't just make that up. Trust me, if it hadn't been confirmed all the way, I wouldn't have said anything.
Rip DMX.
Yeah, Rip. That's pretty sad. But anyways, I bet this is probably going to turn into a DMX broadcast, and that's fine. I don't mind this being about DMX really, because that's that feels appropriate. But yeah, back to what I was advertising here. Like I said, get yourself a t-shirt. But like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at VX1. No, not VX1. Just Alyx Central. Just Alyx Central. Also give me a follow on Instagram. Donate using PayPal, Patreon. As you've seen with Nithrax and Sam P. Boone, you can donate at any point in time during this broadcast to get your super chat played live on the air. You can also email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries and just to say hi. Speaking of saying hi, what's up? All you see is Rip DMX in the live chat, and get used to that. That's probably what you're going to see throughout the broadcast, and that's what it is. But let's get some shout outs to the early crowd here. Hello to my moderators, Firestar Heart, Ultra Shadow 97, Elias Demi, and Godzilla Hawk. Hello to the following as well: Taylor Thomas, the Tribal Chief, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Big Gusta, Tavon Jameson, Did I say that right? Ux, Gazi. Is it Jazzy or Gazi? Uxgazi, I think that sounds right. Godlike, Dark Cider, awesome name, Dark Cider. Joseph Winters, Royal World, Catherine Tega. I don't know how to say this one. Is it one interesting. MD Gaming, Adam Ritter, David Roberts, Truefire 901, Jamarcus Williams, Christopher Carter, Beef Anal, Astro Water, Biff Anal, close enough. Let's see here. AEW fan, T-Dog T-Dog Channel, Elite Gamer T, and Mr. Black Thunder. Yeah, that's a good place to stop. Hey, welcome all, welcome. If I don't see your name, it's not because I hate you. Again, we got a lot to get to. It's gonna be quite the lengthy broadcast. Let's just not waste any time. And listen, I know a lot of people are still on the whole, are we sure he's dead? Are we sure DMX is dead? Trust me, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a lot of people still not believing he's dead. And probably in the next 24 hours, we'll have some people skeptical. And that's fine. And if he's still alive in the next 24 hours, trust me, I would love for that. This is something I would love to be wrong on. Okay? I don't mind being wrong on this. But all the best artists, Kurt Franklin, friends of DMX, rappers, they're all saying rest in peace on Twitter, on Instagram. It's basically confirmed here. So, and if you don't know who DMX is, ask a friend. Let's just say he's one of the best rappers in the game. Rest in peace. All right, let's move on to NXT Takeover. So, overall thoughts when it comes to NXT Takeover Stand and Deliver. It was good. Overall, for both nights. I thought night one was better as an overall show, and you can clearly see that based off of the ratings. NXT, for the 10th time, I believe, beat AEW on Wednesday nights. So the final bout, NXT got one on AEW. Rightfully so, because that show was amazing. I thought first night of NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver was definitely the superior show. Definitely. Night two was good. I don't hate night two. It just felt, I don't know. It felt like it was missing something that night one had. You know what I mean? But overall, as a takeover for both nights, yeah, really good show. Does it compare or rank up there as one of the best takeovers of all time? I don't know if I can put it in the top 10. I still feel like out of how many takeovers have we had? It's gotta be at least over 30 at this point. Let's just say it's around 30 takeovers, 30, 35 takeovers. Yeah, I'm not saying this is like bottom tier, but it doesn't quite stand out as one of those, oh my god, one of the greatest wrestling shows I've ever seen type of takeovers. And in terms of NXT, it's going to be a while before we get back to that level of quality because they got a lot of work to do. And again, we'll get into that at the end of the broadcast. Let's just start off with night one and just go through the matches one by one. You can see the results and ratings of each match down below in the description box, by the way, in case you want to get a good idea of how I felt before I talk about it. But let's get started with the first match of night one. Kushida taking on the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. This was a good match. Very solid. Great back and forth. Nice technical wrestling. Nice counters. Kept up the good fast pace. Didn't get boring one bit. It was a suitable opener for night one, and Pete Dunne beat Kushida. Listen, I don't know how you guys feel about Kushida. He's not clicking in NXT. It's just what it is. There are just certain wrestlers that don't work out in every company. I don't think WWE it's going to work out for Kushida. I just kind of feel like this is not the place for him. He won't be someone that's going to be a main event player. If anything else, he'll be a very serviceable mid-carder. They might give him a title run, but I don't really see him being someone major for WWE. Pete Dunne, on the other hand, Pete Dunne, bona fide main event player. Bona fide. He's unique. He stands out. He carries himself like a main event player. He's a badass. Yeah. This guy is going to be something big. But it is what it is. I can't really say much else about this match. It was a serviceable opener. Good match. And Pete Dunne won. Let's talk about this 6-man gauntlet, because I'm mixed about it. There's a side of me that wants to say this was a really, really good match, but I don't like how this was set up. I don't like that they did a battle royal to build to a gauntlet match. That just made no sense to me. I don't know why we didn't just do the gauntlet match or just do the battle royal. The booking of NXT as of lately has been off. Don't y'all agree? It's been a little weird, the way NXT has been booked. Anyways, the gauntlet match itself was solid. I didn't really think it was all that special, especially when you consider how it leads into night 2. It just kind of makes everything... Look, this might be a spoiler, but y'all saw the show. If you haven't seen the show, I don't know why you're watching this review, but spoiler for night 2, Gargano retains. So when you realize that they did all this crap, you did the Battle Royal, and then you did a gauntlet match for the winner to lose to Gargano, it kind of tanks the match a little bit, don't you think? I'll say it was solid. It was a solid gauntlet where Bronson Reed came out on top. I'm cool with that. I still feel like when you look at this, you look at all these men, a good 4 of these people should be main event players. Isaiah Swerve Scott, bona fide main event player, should be a babyface. Bona fide main event player. Bronson Reed, absolutely. Love the guy. Big dudes need some love too. He could be a mid-card champ or a main event player. I also question some other things. Yeah, I was gonna talk.
Did you notice NXT have a lot fans for both days?
They did, but I don't... Here's the problem with... And I'm glad he actually brought that up. Although I actually had it set up in the script to talk about. But since he mentioned it, I guess I can quickly just close out my thoughts on this, and we'll get to the fans. But yeah, like, we got 4 people who should be main event players, potential main event players. Even someone like Dexter Lumis. The problem with Dexter Lumis is that he sucks as a face. I don't know why he's a baby face. I don't want to cheer this guy. Be better off if I could boo him. He'd be a crazy excellent heel. One of those monster movie type of heels that's just very stalkerish and could actually create some very creepy vibes if he was a heel. They should think about that. But yeah, LA Knight, absolutely. Absolute great talker. Really good worker. And of course, my boy, Cameron Grimes. Woo! To the moon! Still waiting on that championship run. Leon Ruff. Yeah, like, these are very, very good contenders for mid-card champs or main event players, and they should consider investing in all of them. Leon Ruff, not my cup of tea. Really not my cup of tea. He needs some work. But Bronson Reed won the match, and yeah, doesn't really stand out all that much when you think about it. All right, so let's get to what Sam P. Boone brought up, and that was the fact that we had some people in the NXT arena. Well, what is this, the Capitol Wrestling Center? It's not the PC anymore. It's Capitol Wrestling Center. So, yeah, I do think that made a difference. A small difference, but having people in that building cheering the wrestlers, supporting the show, it really helped it out. Wasn't a lot, but even just a small amount made a difference. They still had some piped in bullshit. I hate the piped in crowd noises. At this point, just get rid of it. You don't need it. If you have people there, you don't need the crowd piped in noises anymore. It just makes it stand out a lot more when you actually had people there. Why would you even have it if there are people there? That just seems stupid now. Just get rid of the crappy piped-in crowd noises. We don't need it with NXT. If you're gonna have people there, get rid of the crowd noises that you pipe in. Period. Well, yeah, I like the fact that there were people there. And hopefully over time, as we get more vaccinated, well, as we're supposed to get more vaccinated, we'll be allowed to lift restrictions and they can get back to Full Sail. NXT needs to get their asses back to Full Sail. Because I think then they'll be able to rekindle some of that magic. It's fine here in the Capitol Wrestling Center, but they need Full Sail back. They desperately need Full Sail back. Let's talk about what I thought was easily the best match of both shows. In my opinion, it's an NXT classic. Tommaso Ciampa versus Volta. This was outstanding. Let me tell you something. The moment I saw Tommaso Ciampa come out, he shaved his head, looking like 2018 Ciampa, I said, oh, this is it. This is about to be the best match of both shows. And it was. Volta is incredible. I hate that they jobbed this guy. I hate that they jobbed out Walter in the Survivor Series match. The NXT Raw SmackDown Survivor Series match. That was so stupid. It was so dumb. At least Triple H appreciates Volta for what he is. They beat the piss out of each other. And what I loved most about this match was the psychology. See, this is how you do great psychology. At the beginning of the match, Ciampa is getting his ass handed to him. He is taking a beating. Chops, kicks, power slams, and then Volta goes to the outside and was gonna chop Ciampa again. I think it's actually Ciampa. I don't know why I'm calling him Ciampa. Ciampa was gonna chop Ciampa, misses, and then ends up chopping the table. And when he chopped the table, this right here I'm touching is wood. He broke the wood. This isn't one of those things where the table collapses. We see that all the time. No, his hand went through the table, and they actually zoomed in on the spot of the table where it was broken, and there's a big ass hole. It was a great spot. And throughout the match, you see him selling the hand. And his chops get weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker as time goes by. And he gets to a point where Ciampa no-sells the chops. And I'm like, that is brilliant storytelling. You believably make me think that, whoa, Ciampa might actually have a chance. And the brutality never stops. It stays brutal. They beat the piss. Volta usually is the guy that leaves red marks on people's chests. He had marks. Redness all over his chest. Ciampa brought it. We got a little bit of old school Ciampa in there. And the way Ciampa sold those chops too was legendary. Oh, this was great. This was a masterpiece. This was brutal. This felt like pre-pandemic NXT. When they still had the audience, when they still had Full Sail, when they were still, in my opinion, the greatest wrestling show on earth. It's still there. NXT's still there. It can get back to that point. We just gotta find ourselves again. But yeah, this was an excellent, excellent bout. Definitely the best match of both shows. There is nothing you can tell me that makes me think otherwise. Volta wins, rightfully so. Your UK champ retains. Awesome. Awesome outing. Oh, and by the way, I just realized this as well. I'm late to the party on Ciampa. Apparently, Ciampa is Blue Lives Matter. Him and Taker coming out with the Blue Lives Matter t-shirts. Like, what? Really, y'all? Really? Ouch. I mean, I still respect Ciampa as a performer, as a wrestler. I'm not gonna take that away from him. But, really, bro? Really? Ouch. No wonder people. I listened to TwitWow. By the way, go subscribe to the YouTube channel TwitWow, led by Ashton and John, good friends of mine. And for the longest time, I would listen to their reviews of NXT and just hear them bash Ciampa. And I'm just like, why are they so mean to Ciampa? Like, what happened? They used to call him Daddy Ciampa. And then did some research and realized, you know what? Maybe this is just me getting to a point where I'm just not giving a shit anymore, but I've just come to the conclusion that if you're a wrestler, you're basically probably Republican / Blue Lives Matter. I would be, you'll get the very few Democrats or very few leftists, progressives. Daniel Bryan's a progressive. Sami Zayn, super progressive. And I think a few of the women too, but I guarantee you line up all of the wrestlers, NXT, WWE, and even AEW, most of them are Trump supporters, most of them are Republicans, and most of them are Blue Lives Matter. Does that make them terrible people? Absolutely not. But knowing that there's a trial for George Floyd going on, and we're trying to put that jerk that killed him, the cop, don't even remember his name, I think it's Derek something, I don't care. He needs to be in jail, by the way. Probably get off because why not? He needs to be in jail. But knowing all that's going on and hearing that he's Blue Lives Matter, it's just like, I still love him. He's still Daddy Ciampa, but just accept that most wrestlers are Republicans and Blue Lives Matter. That's just how it is. All right, let's move on with the rest of the show. Enough political talk. This tag match between grizzled young veterans, soon to be your NXT Tag Team Champs, although not tonight. Grizzled young vets, MSK, and is El Legado del Fantasma. Did I say it right? I think I might have said their name wrong. It's Legado del Fantasma. I say it right. That's Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. This was great. This was non-stop action. They all just went 100 miles per hour with action. If you are a fan of the popcorn spot festy matches, hi, that would be me. You would love this match. And I did. This was a great showcasing of all three tag teams. I had no issues with the winner either. MSK, didn't they win the Dusty Rhodes Classic? That makes sense. The Dusty Rhodes Classic winners should win the titles. Don't you think? There was a side of me that was kind of hoping that Grizzly Young Vets, soon to be champs, would have won, but it could always win it down the line. I honestly think because MSK is a very sympathetic babyface tag team, I wouldn't be shocked if they dropped it very soon, as in 2 weeks. You know what? I'm calling it. I'm actually calling it. The very next title defense that they have against the Grizzly Young Vets, MSK loses the belts. Guaranteed. I'm calling it right now. And they should, because Grizzly Young Vets are the type of tag team that should hold the belts for a while to build that heat. And then they can win it back at the next takeover. Sounds good? Awesome. Great match. MSK got their moment. Happy for them. And then, of course, this is the part where I start losing subscribers. This is the part where I start pissing people off. You've been warned. What I had to say is very controversial because I know a lot of people are fans of this woman. I don't give a damn. It's my opinion. It's my views. This is how it's gonna go. Raquel Gonzalez versus Io Shirai for the NXT Women's title. I guess you had to justify her push. They gave so much to Raquel. They gave her the world. She beat Rhea Ripley. She won the Dusty Rhodes Classic. She was the first ever women's tag team champ. She has all these victories. They dominated. They basically, in a sense, gave her the full roster. She even won didn't she win the War Games match for her team? Jesus Christ. I guess when you push her this hard, you had to give her the belt. You had no choice. They had to justify this big-ass push with the championship victory. So yes, Raquel Gonzalez does end Io Shirai's very long championship run. I think it was it a year? Close to a year. Has to be at least 10 months. This is the part where I get in trouble. Again, and I will say the match was solid. Because Io carried her, but the match was solid. But again, this is the part where I piss y'all off. If you are a Raquel Gonzalez fan, I want you to know that what I have to say is not going to make you happy. So you might want to either go take a break, go take a piss break, pause the video and come back, or just skip ahead if you're watching this later, because this is about to be some harsh shit. Okay? Are we ready? Okay? Not saying you can't enjoy the match. And I'm not saying you can't enjoy her as champion, but I gotta tell it like it is when it comes to Raquel Gonzalez. Alright. You've been warned. This was a mistake. This was a huge mistake. Raquel Gonzalez is way too green, and you know she is. You don't believe me? Let me ask you this. Who's the best female wrestler in NXT right now? Oh, it's not Raquel Gonzalez? Io Shirai? Okay. Oh, Dakota Kai? Oh, okay. No, someone else? All right, okay. You know what? Let's go to a different aspect. Who's the best character? The best female character? Oh, it's not Raquel Gonzalez? Tony Storm? Oh, we got some Xia Li fans back there? Oh, okay. All right. Who's the best talker? The best female talker? Oh, it's not Raquel? What about who has the you get the point. This woman is nowhere near NXT champion ready. She is not. When you look at the lineage of the NXT women's title, Charlotte Flair was the first one. Sasha Banks was next. Bayley was next. Asuka, undefeated. Ember Moon, Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, back to Ember Moon. I think it was back to Shayna Baszler, right? Yeah, back to Shayna Baszler. Then Rhea Ripley. Then Io Shirai. That is a massive list of legitimate superstars. Some who have main evented WrestleMania. Some who have gotten TV show deals. Some who have elevated the women's division. We went through all that to come to Raquel Gonzalez. Now, I don't have any issues with the woman. I don't know her personally. I don't even know if she's a good person or not. I don't keep up with NXT all that much. I've only seen a couple of her matches. I saw a match with her and Rhea Ripley, and I'm seeing a pattern. She has to be carried. She gets carried way too much to good matches. It looks like the only reason she's getting a push is because she's big. You know what that reminds me of?
I think Raquel Gonzalez will lose her NXT Women's Championship against Taya Valkyrie maybe. Next NXT Takeover.
You would think. But we'll get back to that in just a second. You know who else is big? You know who else is getting over based off of the fact that she's a big woman? A big fish in a small pond? Nia Jax. You really want me to compare Raquel Gonzalez to Nia Jax? Now, is she just as bad as Nia Jax? No, she's not that bad. I can give her that credit. But the way they're booking her is not good. It's not the best way to book your champion. And I'm actually very disappointed in NXT that we're doing this. Again, you had to justify this title win because you gave her this big ass push. So, I guess they booked themselves into a corner where they had to give her the belt. That said, she is not ready to be champion. And to everyone telling me that she's going to be one of the best champions, she's a star. What? What about her is star quality? Seriously. Yes, she's big. She's tall. That doesn't really mean shit anymore. We see tall women all the god. I think we as fans are conditioned in a certain way to just accept whatever the wrestling promotions give us and just say it's great because they tell us to say it's great. I'm sorry. Raquel ain't it. Raquel Gonzalez is not it. She never was it. Will she be it? Does she have potential? It's there. But it's not now. And since you gave her the title now, and you're telling us that she is there when she's clearly not, you are setting her up for failure. And NXT is not usually the promotion to do that. You're not the promotion to set female wrestlers up for failure. Raquel is going to be in very big danger if she holds that belt forever because she's going to get exposed. If Raquel holds that belt for 6 months and she wrestles, let's say she wrestles Toni Storm, someone said Taya Valkyrie, I think her name is Frankie Monet now, Frankie Monet. What kind of name is that? Just call her Taya Valkyrie. She wrestles Taya Valkyrie, Zoe Stark, Toni Storm, Candice LeRae, I'll even say Indy Hartwell, at this point, Shotzi Blackheart would have been a better champion. I'm serious. At least Shotzi Blackheart, you could tell the story where she's had multiple opportunities against Io, and then she got better and better and better and better each time, and then she finally figured out Io and beat her. You could have told that story. And then she could have lost the belt very quickly, and I would have been okay with that. At least with Shotzi Blackheart, I would have understood. I'm not the biggest fan with Shotzi Blackheart. I'm never going to be a Shotzi Blackheart fan. But you know what? I get why she's over. I get why fans love her because she's unique. I would have understood Shotzi Blackheart. Ember Moon. Why didn't Ember Moon beat her? That was the best choice you had. This woman went to the main roster, failed, didn't work out, came to NXT, changed her persona, changed her attitude, and won the belt. That would have been an excellent choice. But you gave it to Raquel because she's big. That's it, because she's tall, because of size. And now you're going to spend the next few months having the roster make her look good to put her over when she's not nearly as ready. Raquel can't carry a match by herself. And that's what champions should be able to do. It was a mistake to give her the belt. Io should have retained. It really should have just been Io. And some of y'all are saying, well, Io's held it long enough. Who's a better champion? Who's better than Io right now? She's the best female wrestler you have on NXT, right? Okay, so she should be champion. The next best in line is Taya Valkyrie, who isn't on TV yet. That would have been a great person to drop that belt to, Taya Valkyrie. But all right, we can't do that now. Jesus. This is one of those main roster calls. I'm like, this is something I would expect from Vince. From Triple H. Again, going from Charlotte to Sasha, Bayley, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Ember Moon, Shayna Baszler, to Raquel Gonzalez. Because she's big. She can't talk. Not the best wrestler. Doesn't really stand out all that much in terms of a persona. Come on now. But you gave her a big push, had to justify it, so she is now the champ. I am hoping she doesn't hold it long. She better lose that belt very soon. And I'm talking like in the next month or so. Have Dakota Kai screw her over or something. Maybe Raquel attacks Dakota, really beats the piss out of her, and then Dakota makes a face turn and ends up screwing Raquel out of that belt. Something. Because she's going to end up devaluing that belt if she holds it too long. And that's not her fault. She's green. And you know she's green.
Why NXT didn't give NXT Women Champion to Dakota Kai, not Raquel?
Yeah, so I don't see it. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see this specialness in Raquel Gonzalez that all the people on NXT do or other fans do. I just don't. So hopefully some of you are adults and are able to accept my opinion and my views on that. And if I'm wrong, if Raquel ends up being someone special over time and she does end up becoming a star, awesome. I don't see it right now. I just don't. I don't get it. But whether I like it or not, she is my women's champ on NXT. But hopefully not for long. Alright, so that concludes night 1. Let's go on to night 2. I'm not going to say too much about night 2. Again, I thought night 1 was the better show. Night 2 was good, but let's just get to it. So the first match of night 2 was the Cruiserweight title ladder match. This was missing a lot. I don't know what the deal was, but okay. Let me first off talk about who's in the match. Jordan Devlin, who was the inaugural Cruiserweight champ. He had the belt before the pandemic, and then he had to go overseas to the UK, and they had to get an interim Cruiserweight champ, which is Santos Escobar, or King Cuerno from Lucha Underground. So, of course, when he came back, they had to do the whole Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon booking and make it a ladder match. Who's the real Cruiserweight champ? Even like the fact that Shawn Michaels came out and made the match. By the way, you should know this. Shawn is a big fan of both men. I think he's more of a fan of Jordan Devlin. Who's Devlin? He's a big fan of Jordan Devlin. Very much so. And by the way, if Shawn Michaels thinks you're the greatest, if Shawn Michaels loves you, there is no ceiling. So these two, expect them to be booked very, very strongly. Just expect it. Yeah, but Shawn loves both of these men. So I'm pretty sure he thought this was an excellent match. This was good. I don't know what was off about this. I don't really know. First off, who was I supposed to cheer? I don't watch a lot of NXT, so who's the face in this? Who's the face? I'm assuming the face was Jordan Devlin. Although that's weird, because I don't know why anybody would cheer him. He is a bona fide heel. And I know Santos Escobar is a heel. So, you had two heels fighting in a ladder match with no face or someone to root for to balance that out. That was stupid. Don't get that booking whatsoever. And then the match was very basic. There was no urgency. They wasn't rushing to grab the championship. It didn't have any fast pace to it. It was just your run-of-the-mill ladder match. I mean, I'll say it was good, but I'm not going to go back and watch it. I'm good. Santos Escobar does end up retaining the title and being your official Cruiserweight champ. He had his son go out there, give him his mask and everything, and I'm like, again, like, who's the face? I don't like it when companies do that. Like, if they're villains, make them villains. Please. I don't mind having a tweener either, but it feels like a lot of these heels are semi-tweeners as well. It's like, y'all, just make them villains. Wrestling needs heroes and villains. Not everyone can be a tweener. Just saying. That was whatever. Then we got the NXT Women's Tag Team titles. Okay, we pause. Why do we have NXT Tag Team titles? Excuse me. Why do we have NXT Women's Tag Team titles? I don't mind them being tag team champs, but why do we have two sets of women's tag team titles? Why didn't we just bring the main roster tag team titles to NXT? That would have been a nice wrinkle. Would have given us a reason to care more about NXT. This is too much. We got too many belts in this goddamn show. I did a podcast about this yesterday. I think NXT has like 7 championships. I'm not joking. We got a good 7. We got the main title, the main event title, NXT Championship, the Women's NXT Championship, then we got the UK belt, and then we got the Cruiserweight belt, then we got the tag belts, then we got the goddamn women's tag belts, and then we got the North American Championship. 7 belts! And then if you watch NXT UK, it's even more belts. 7 belts! That's too many belts! It's no wonder people have a hard time getting established on this show. Go back to the days when we only had 4 belts. Can we go back to those days, please? 4 belts. 4. Main title, mid-card title, tag team titles, women's titles. 7? We barely even have a cruiserweight division. We don't need a cruiserweight title, honestly. But now we got this women's tag team title. what a mess, NXT. What a mess. And you know they only did that because they wanted to compete with AEW. Whatever. The match was fine. It was solid. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart retained. Nothing else to say. I saw somewhere in the live chat that someone told me that I'm sleeping on Candice. Oh, trust me, I'm not sleeping on Candice whatsoever. I love Candice LeRae. Matter of fact, I think she should have been the one to end Io Shirai's championship reign. But no, we decided to give it to Raquel. Because she's big. Maybe that's what we gotta gauge all of our talents based off of now. Size. Because that's what really matters is size. God damn it. Let's just move on. North American Championship match. As I said before, because I already spoiled it, Gargano did retain against Bronson Reed, but this was a good match. I very, very much like these North American Championship matches. I'm very impressed with the reign of Gargano. I'm happy that he's actually getting a reign and looking legit while doing it. I just don't like that he's a heel while... Why is he a heel? I'm sorry. Yes, I'm coming back to this. I'm gonna beat this into the goddamn ground. He should not be a heel. Who here hates Gargano? Who here wants to see Gargano get beat? Anybody? Oh, you don't? Then why the fuck is he a heel? Heels are people you pay to get... You buy a ticket to see them get beat. You could have him be a babyface and still have him do the exact same things. It's dumb. I'm sorry. I don't like him being a heel. That said, I am very surprised that they had Bronson Reed go through all this bullshit, a battle royal, and then a gauntlet match, and then he loses. He looked good, but I'm sorry, the way they booked it just made no sense to me. Like, if you're gonna have him go through all of that, he should have won the title. You have him go through hell and high water to then lose to Gargano. That's why I think it was dumb to do the... This is why I think it would have been a lot more smarter to just do a battle royal and then you fight Gargano. But you had him do a battle royal, and then you had him do a gauntlet match, only for him to lose in the North American title match. See, this is one of those... Again, this is just weird booking by NXT. This is not something they used to do. They don't used to do this stuff. They were very meticulous with how they got people over back in the day. Just a couple of years ago. Now? They've fallen off big time in terms of booking. And it's even more prevalent with this next match. But yeah, Gargano retains. Oh, crap. What is easily the weakest match of both shows is this North American Championship match, my bad. Is the NXT Championship match between Finn Balor and Karrion Kross. For months, I've been telling y'all that this would not work. I said, I don't know if you want to do a Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross match. That doesn't seem like it'll work. Because both men are booked differently. Karrion Kross is essentially Goldberg. He is Goldberg on NXT. His matches do not need to go long. At max, if you're pushing it, 7 to 10 minutes. If anything else, his matches need to be short. 3 minutes, if that. Get in there, kill him, get out. Because the guy is not someone that is known for having a technical masterpiece. He is not Ric Flair. He is not Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's just not. And I think they expected Finn Balor to carry him in these long matches. Unfortunately, he based off of the match you saw with Keith Lee, you should have known that this wasn't going to be good. So Finn Balor tried. There was the whole psychology of making Karrion Kross angry and him making mistakes. And then you just had this slow, methodical, boring, dragging, just this mat wrestling match where Finn is working on his arm and then he's not selling the arm, and then sometimes he sells it and then sometimes he doesn't. And this is another thing that really bothered me about all of this. You had Karrion Kross selling a good majority of this match. Why would you have Karrion Kross selling? Again, when you book certain wrestlers in a certain way, some of them, when you're booking them like monsters, shouldn't be selling a lot. Lesnar, the reason why Brock Lesnar got over so goddamn well, and Goldberg, is because they rarely sell. They rarely sell. So when they do sell, it means something. It's a big fucking deal. You had Karrion Kross selling a good 10 minutes of this match. And I'm sitting here going, what the? I thought he was the heel. But they were booking him like he was the babyface. Like, they don't understand. NXT has lost its grip on babyface and heel booking. They don't understand. I feel like they completely gone away from it. But yeah, it makes no goddamn sense to me to have Karrion Kross, a monster, a brute, again, NXT's Goldberg, selling for 10 minutes. Oh, and by the way, he ends up beating Finn Balor with a goddamn elbow to the back of his neck. That ending was very abrupt. Yeah, this wasn't good. I didn't think this was good. It was fine. It was decent. I didn't think it was terrible, but definitely the weakest match. The weakest match on both shows. And definitely one of Finn Balor's weaker matches. Okay, I feel like there's a time and place to have a Ric Flair, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat type of match. I think there's a time and place where you can go slow and be methodical. This wasn't it. This match should have been a good 3-4 minutes in and out. Or at least it should have had a better story. I didn't like this whatsoever. But Karrion Kross is now your NXT champ. I'm assuming we're doing a rematch. If they do a rematch, bring back the Demon. Finn needs to bring back the Demon for the rematch. Because I am not going to sit through another slow, methodical, boring-ass match between these two. When you bring back the Demon, you can increase the pace. You know you're going to get more brutal spots. You know it's going to be a lot more hard-hitting, as it should be. But nah, bruh. This wasn't it. Not for me. Last but not least, what I thought was easily the most hyped, most anticipated match of both shows, and should, without question, close night 2, was the Unsanctioned match. The Unsanctioned bout between Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, baby. So, first off, let's talk about their theme music. Who's writing their theme? I think it's Def Rebel? Who's the new recording studio writing the theme songs? It's no longer CFO Money, who was excellent, great successors to Jim Johnson. Def Rebel is not good. They're not good. And I don't hate the new theme music, but it doesn't pop. You're going from Undisputed Era's theme song, Shock the System, to generic jobber music. Sorry. Just being honest. Yeah, I didn't like the theme songs. That said, I absolutely adored, loved the video package of this. That video package leading into this match was the stuff of legends. It was the stuff of legends. It was phenomenal. And I've seen some of the best. To me, number one is Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 17. My way or the highway. This time I'm gonna let it all go now. Sorry. Yeah, like that's number one. This is definitely up there for one of the best video packages I've seen. This was excellent. And then you get to the match, and the match was great. I'm gonna say something that might piss some of you off, but that's okay. I'm already sure I lost a couple of subscribers for saying Raquel was not ready to win the championship. But this match needed blood. It needed blood. Now, we got some blood, but it was minor, very minor. I think there was blood on Kyle O'Reilly's back because he got cut open, but this needed someone to be busted open. And there were spots where they could have done it. Adam Cole, I think he smashed the TV set in Kyle O'Reilly's face. And I'm like, how is he not busted open? And you already knew that fans were going to be comparing this match to Adam Cole's girlfriend, Britt Baker, who took on Thunder Rosa in another unsanctioned match on AEW, and that is so far our match of the year candidate. That was a classic. It was brutal. It had blood, it had thumbtacks, it was insane. This match had a better story, and the storytelling was actually, I dare say the storytelling was better as well. The problem with it is that it felt way too PG. I'm just gonna say it, NXT, if you're not gonna have blood, don't do unsanctioned matches. Just don't. Matter of fact, let this be the last one. If you're not going to go to a certain level of brutality to make these unsanctioned matches mean something, just don't do it. Don't do it. You get me? It really does bother me, knowing that you have two men who could have easily given you a brutal, bloody... Didn't they do a hardcore unsanctioned match in ROH? Which was a lot more violent than this. Way more violent. You could have basically told them to go out there and kill each other. Blood and all. And this could have easily been a classic. But you can just tell they were told not to go far. They were told to keep it safe, and I don't like that.
I know I am late, but was your thoughts on the Ciampa match? Big fan, keep up the great content.
You certainly are late. Look in the description box, buddy. You'll get my thoughts. It was the match of the week. How about that? Well, the match, how about this? It was the best match on both NXT Takeover shows. I don't want to say it was the best match of the week yet, because we still got WrestleMania. Although, I think it's safe to say that it's probably going to be the match of the week. But we'll see. Yeah, these two could have had a much better match. That said, what they gave us was great. I enjoyed the storytelling. I was really digging those steel chain spots where I think at one point Cole guillotined the goddamn he basically clotheslined Kyle O'Reilly with the chain. That was pretty nice. And then I love the ending where Kyle O'Reilly does like a falling knee drop to Adam Cole's head. That's a nice finisher. A diving knee drop to the head is a great finisher. That is believable. That, I can buy that as like, oh yeah, that would definitely put someone down for a 3 count. And then he had the chain wrapped around his leg too when he did it. Oh goodness gracious. See, like you hear these spots. Let me tell you all the crazy stuff that happened. A man got his head smashed in by a TV. Got guillotined by a rope, a steel chain even. Got a brain buster on some steel steps. They went through the stage, the ramp. Got their faces smashed into panels, glass panels, broke tables. You're thinking, this sounds like a bloody fight. There was no blood. How? Realistically, in a real fight, you go through all of that, someone is coming out with blood. I understand that you probably have some rules, a ceiling that you can go, standards and practices. I understand that, but Jesus Christ. For wrestling to be taken seriously, there has to be a certain level of brutality. If you keep it too safe, people start thinking they can do it too, and therefore you don't get a lot of respect. You have to add a certain level of brutality to these matches so people can go, oh my goodness, that is incredible, you guys are the best. I just feel like when it comes to NXT, and I don't mind saying this too, NXT is starting to get a little too safe for me. A little too safe. There has to be a certain level of brutality to your matches. Especially now that we have an alternative called AEW. And you're going to be by yourself on Tuesdays. So there's not going to be an excuse. You're not going to have any excuses. No excuses. You are in charge of your own shows. If you do an unsanctioned bout, there has to be a certain level of brutality. Otherwise, why not just do a street fight? Let me ask y'all this, real talk. If they would have made this a street fight, would you have noticed? If I was to tell you this was not an unsanctioned match and it was a street fight, would you have noticed? Would you have noticed? Exactly. Regardless, great match. Kyle O'Reilly wins. Adam Cole is carried out on a stretcher. And there you go. That, my friends, was TakeOver. Again, I went on some rants. I had some issues with certain things about the show. Legitimate issues. But overall, it was a good TakeOver. I don't think it's going to be ranked as a top 10 TakeOver of all time. Calm down. I would put it somewhere. I would even put it in the top 20. It'd be in the 30s. Somewhere in the 30s. Top 30. Honestly. But still a good show. Still a really good show. Could be better than WrestleMania, honestly. But actually, no. It's a toss-up. I think when you look at the WrestleMania card, although the hype is terrible, if they let them go out there and just tear it up, they could end up being the show of the weekend. Matter of fact, that could end up being one of the best WrestleManias we've seen in a while, especially since they have a full crowd that we haven't had in over a year. That will pop to everything. So, no issues in terms of the overall product, but they got a lot of things to work on. And I did want to end this broadcast by just talking about a few things that NXT could just focus on. Because starting next week, they are moving away from Wednesdays. They will be going to Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. on the USA Network. There has to be some changes made. There has to be. Honestly, if you ask me, there needs to be a complete overhaul. Scrap everything. Start from square one. Go back to basics. As much as I would like for them to go back to an hour, they can't, because they have a deal with the USA Network to do 2 hours for the rest of 2021, I think. Ouch. So, yeah, they're stuck in 2 hours. Make it work. You have a big enough roster. You can even bring some people from the main roster down to NXT if you have to. Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. They ain't doing nothing. They're not doing anything. Who else? I'm pretty sure we can do something with Mustafa Ali. Dijakovic, Dio Madden. Matter of fact, bring all of Retribution back to NXT. Shane Thorne ain't gonna do nothing on the main roster. Mia Yim, maybe she can stay on the main roster. Nah, bring her ass back too. Bring them all back. Get back to long-term storytelling. I'm tired of this hotshot main roster booking. It's horrendous. Okay, honestly, that might have killed you in the Wednesday Night War. AEW had long-term storytelling. You basically did what you could to beat them week by week. And you basically gave up long-term storytelling. Now, it's time to slow everything down. Get back to developing characters, developing stories, building rivalries. Rebuild yourselves as the A show. Also, rebuild your main event scene. Okay, Karrion Kross is now your new champ. Who's he gonna fight after he beats Finn Balor? What, you're gonna feed him Kyle O'Reilly? I don't buy that. That's not gonna work for me. Really consider pushing Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed. You're already giving him a push. Continue that, please. Timothy Thatcher, Cameron Grimes, woo! Of course, Aleister Black, Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy, Dijakovic. Adam Cole is on reserve. I don't know. He might be moving up, though. I think Adam Cole is moving up after WrestleMania. Matter of fact, yeah, I do agree. I think Sam P-Boone mentioned that earlier. Yeah, I think he's moving up. There he is. Is this a question? Yeah. He had to ask it again. He didn't. I was just getting ready to get into it.
Will Adam Cole go to main rosters, and which shows do you want Adam Cole go to SmackDown or
Sam P-Boone will not let
Raw,
me.
and will he be main event, guys?
He refuses to let me close this show without answering his questions. Okay, I mean, I might just continue not answering so he'll donate more. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I do think Adam Cole is definitely moving up after WrestleMania, and he should go to Raw, because Raw needs him. It needs an Adam Cole, because they got, outside of Bobby Lashley, they ain't gotten anybody. They have no one to carry that show. Raw needs an Adam Cole. Desperately. Although SmackDown would probably be the better show. He gets to wrestle Brian Cesaro. Rollins, Edge. Nah, Raw needs Adam Cole, so they'll probably send him to Raw. But yeah, like, they got a lot of these wrestlers on reserve. Tommaso Ciampa, I'm pretty sure that you can push Gargano back to the main event scene if you really, really wanted to. Get rid of your 7 championships is too much. We need to drop some of these belts, okay? We don't need 7 titles. You don't need the Cruiserweight belt. Get rid of that. Sorry, there is no Cruiserweight division. Does anybody really care about 205 Live? Oh, you don't? Awesome. Get rid of it. We don't need 2 sets of women's tag team titles. Unify those. Whoever wins at WrestleMania should fight the NXT champs, and the NXT champs should beat them. Unify those belts, please. UK's fine, I guess, because it technically is the main belt of the UK, NXT UK brand, but get back to 4. Main title, women's title, tag, North American. Because 7 titles is way too much. And you know it is. We should also consider fixing some of these alignments. We got a lot of miscast baby faces and heels. We really do. You got way too many heels, first off. But think about the people who could be baby faces. Isaiah Swerve Scott, I keep bringing him up. He should definitely be a main event player. Johnny Gargano does not work as a heel. He's never worked as a heel. He's way too likable, very charismatic. Do not continue this. When you get the crowds back, you know damn well fans are going to cheer for Gargano. You know. Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, I think about people like Oni Lorcan. You got the heels. Like, you got some of these faces that should be heels. Dexter Lumis should definitely be a heel. I think Tommaso Ciampa would be an excellent heel, although he's a good sympathetic babyface. He just works better as a heel. But yeah, I'm just giving you examples of, like, what's going on with your alignments, bro. And Finn Balor is a tweener. That's fine. I don't mind him not having an alignment, really. I think that works. But overall, like, fix your alignments. Commentary's fine. Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett, they work well. But we need that energy back. We need Nigel. We need Nigel McGuinness. We really need Mauro Ranallo. I don't know if we can get him back, but if there's something you can do to get Mauro back, do it. Do it. Do it. Raise his contract. Whatever, how much ever you were paying him, double it. Double it. However he wants to be treated, treat him like that. Get him back. Because he's still coming. He's still working. I don't know how y'all ran him off, but you ran him off. Get him back. Apologize. But yeah, get some energy back on that commentary desk. Because as much as I like Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett, they're serviceable, but they're not like, they don't elevate the show. Mauro and Nigel elevated the show. You know that's true. And most importantly, showcase some of your newer talents. I did a quick look yesterday at the newest recruits. I think I can pull up the NXT trainees one more time. NXT recruits 2021. Where I was just like, yeah, push this guy, push this guy, push this woman, push this woman. Definitely. Let's take a quick look at the newest recruits that they got. I'm pretty sure some of you are looking forward to some of these. Again, I think I already did this, but I just want to kind of run through it one more time. People who I'm excited about. The more I look at her, the more I look at Angela Arnold, the more I think she's going to be something unique. I'm actually liking him more and more. I've done some research on Anthony Henry. He should be fine. Taylor Gardeau, she's cute. Let's see what she does. Bronson Rick Steiner, the son of Rick Steiner, big guy, gridiron, could be something big. Cameron Clay. There's that's Harlem Bravado, but I think he's called Chance Barrow now. And then you got Blake Christian. And then we got Casanova right here. Christian Casanova. Drew Casper. I don't know who that is. Cora Jade. She has a different name now. Joe, a guy named Joe. My girl Zoe Starks, already killing it. Massive push if you want to give it to her. Wait, I'm sorry. This is Zoe Starks. Who's this? This is Carissa Rivera. They look alike. Sorry, that's Zoe Starks. Let's see. Matrick, Belton. And this is the guy, Parker Bordeaux. This is the guy that Paul Heyman says is going to be the next Brock Lesnar. He is massive. He is huge. So we'll have to see. We got our girl Priscilla Kelly, and of course Taya Valkyrie, who is now Frankie Monet. Frankie Monet. Yeah. Well, Frankie's gonna be debuting soon, so we'll see how well that works out. So there you go. That's my thoughts on NXT Takeover. What NXT can do to improve going forward. I think overall, if they get their act together, we can get back to old school NXT, the pre-pandemic NXT. Maybe not old school. It feels old school right now because it's been a long time. But yeah, let's go to the live chat. How y'all feel about NXT Takeover? Who are you looking forward to the most? Talk to me. Ultra Shot 97. The fuck kind of name is Frankie Monet? I don't know. The theme songs overall and the names as of lately have been absolute garbage. I'm sorry. But I love Taya Valkyrie, and she should be great. By the way, Taya Valkyrie is married to John Morrison. You lucky bastard. You lucky bastard. Now, I'm reading some of your comments. Firestar Heart, that dude that killed George Floyd needs to be put away. Yes, sir. Now, let me go to the Raquel Gonzalez section, because I'm pretty sure I pissed some of y'all off. Yes, rest in peace, DMX. Rest in peace, DMX. Pennywise the Clown says he's not a fan of Raquel. Oh, really? Firestar Heart asks, now that Raquel is champ, what's next for Io? Call up? Yikes. We'll see. Biff says Raquel is fine. I mean, that's your opinion, bro, but nah, she ain't it. Let's see here. Pennywise says Bronson Reed is generic as hell to me. He's good, but outside of that, what do you mean? Like, he's good, but he's generic. I don't think he's generic. He's unique. He's a big man that does stuff like that. You don't get that a lot. Tony Lopez, basically speaking my language. Dakota Kai lost the title belt, the tag titles in minutes, and Raquel gets the push. It's fucked up, dude. Joseph Winters, Raquel is too green for me. She kind of talked to me. She only has a few moves, and she is still inexperienced and can hurt somebody. Yeah, she is a little inexperienced. Real Ninja Entertainment, the NXT women's division was never the same after Asuka and the Four Horsewomen. I disagree. I thought Shayna did a good job.
I hope Io doesn't get the Asuka treatment.
You know she will. You know Vince doesn't like them unless they have blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America. Buy the t-shirt. You know that's true. Tavon Jameson, I am fine with your opinion, Alex. It was too early for Raquel to win the belt. I thought Io was going to retain, but we'll see how they'll make it entertaining. I don't see them really doing much with her. Sorry. Big Gusta says, oh wow. Big Gusta has gone as far as to say, I think Nia Jax is better than Raquel Gonzalez. I'm not going that far. I don't hate her that much. But yeah, it's way too early to give her the belt. Wow. I thought Paige was the first NXT Women's Champ. She was? I think she was. Still. Paige, Charlotte, that's a big list. That's a big list. People are telling me that Paige was the first one. Okay, well, my bad. I apologize. Christopher says that, wow. He says that Raquel Gonzalez is getting a Mahal championship push, which makes sense because Road Dogg Jesse James is probably writing for NXT now. Oops. I hope NXT gets better, by the way. I really do. Sonny Ken. Honestly, it's a lose-lose situation. Raquel would be a flop while they'll put Io on the main roster, and we know the track record with call-ups as of late is not good. Yeah, you're right. Oh, wow, a lot of people are agreeing with me. I thought I was going to piss everybody off. But a lot of people are saying that Raquel is not ready. Wow. Wow. Yeah, Ultra Shout 97, not sure what Triple H season Raquel. Oh my god. I'm actually shocked that y'all agree with me. I was on the impression that I was going to be the Lone Ranger in this. I guess not. Joseph Winters says Raquel should be a placeholder. Wow. Wow. The Tribal Chief says, I'm noticing Raquel becoming champ has been getting a polarized reception. I'm just going to state that I wish her the best with the title reign. I mean, I think they set her up for failure. They gave her this massive push when she wasn't ready to get it. And now she's going to have to, in a spot where she has to be the top champion, she's going to have to live up to the standard that Paige, Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, Asuka, Ember Moon, Shayna, and Rhea set. And Kairi Sane. So I asked you guys who was the face in Devlin versus Santos, and nobody's giving me an answer. I think we all just got confused and thought they were both heels. Yeah, right here. Christopher says they were heels. Wow. Okay. Ultra Shadow says they could have had Raquel and Dakota beat Nia and Shayna for the main roster tag team titles and made those titles exclusive to NXT. That's crazy, man. I asked them, do y'all want to see Gargano get beat? And most of y'all said, no, we like Gargano. Right here, I like Gargano. 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 You like, yeah, he's too entertaining to be a heel, and we all know that. He's too likable to be a heel. How did y'all feel about Karrion Kross and Finn Balor? Jonathan Lemon Wrestling Show. I love Prince. But why did he... Wow. But why? I guess y'all didn't like this match either. Wow. Who actually liked the match? Did anybody actually like the match? Okay, Chill said he liked it. Okay, here we go. I was hoping I'd get one of these. Robert says, why so negative? Why are you so negative? Why are you watching NXT if you don't like it? Have you not seen my grades of NXT? Look at my grades. Look at my grades in the description box. How is that negative? Why can't I criticize something? Don't y'all hate that when people say you're negative? And then you look at the grades, it's like, well, it's actually, he doesn't really hate it. You know what I mean? I mean, Kross and Finn was good to me. I knew Kross was going to win the title back. Now, okay, so Tavon liked it. Now we can get to see Finn versus Walter. No, you're going to get the Demon probably versus Kross. And then you'll probably get Finn versus Walter when they get the crowd back. Firestar Heart says, Def Rebel has actually done some okay themes. Not all of them may be hits, but they have at least a couple of good ones. I disagree. I just don't think they live up to the standard of Jim Johnson and CFL Money. Dark Side of the Ring is returning next month. Will I be reviewing some of them? Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan. I do plan on reviewing some episodes of Dark Side of the Ring. Jonathan Lemon Wrestling Show says, NXT needs a complete refresh. Go back to NXT in 2008. Oh my goodness, please. Firestar Heart, my only nitpick about Volta versus Tommaso Ciampa was I would have had Ciampa win. I disagree with that. Ciampa doesn't need to hold the UK belt. He doesn't really need that belt. That would have been weird. Nah, that was a perfect match. Perfect decision. I agree with everyone saying that it was basically the best match of the entire NXT Takeover double 2-night event. We need Morrow. Wade and Beth shouldn't contest shouting. Oh, the Wade and Beth shouting contest. That's what he's trying to say. Shouting contest is cliche. Okay. Yeah. Quinn Gilbert says it's not Raquel Gonzalez's time. Well, it is now because they gave her the belt, but she's definitely not ready for that spot. And I give her a couple of weeks before we all realize that. And now they're saying we're hating on Raquel. These are legitimate complaints. Again, who's the best wrestler? It's not Raquel. Who's the best talker? It's not Raquel. Who's the best character? It's not Raquel. She doesn't excel in any of these aspects. Why is she champion? Because she's big. That's it. That's it. And they had to justify her big-ass push with the championship victory. And people are saying that she has potential. Yes, she has potential, but she hasn't tapped into it yet. There's plenty of wrestlers out there who have potential. No, she needs to already be good. How about that? And Big Gusta, I love this question. If Raquel's so good, name him 5 great matches that Raquel has done that she didn't get carried by. Tokyo Rockstar, you think she's awesome. I don't see it. Now, hopefully you're an adult and can realize that people have a difference of opinion. And you won't unsubscribe because, I don't think Raquel's all that great. Now, I think you're an adult. I hope you're an adult. But maybe not. Maybe you'll unsubscribe and get angry at me. Oh, screw Alyx. I hate you for not liking Raquel. I'm going to unsubscribe. Yeah, we just gotta call it like it is. Factuals. Raquel is green. Okay, you can like her. I don't know much about her story. I'm pretty sure she might be a very nice chick. Isn't she friends with Rhea Ripley? Aren't they friends? Or something like that? Okay, she might end up being really good over time, but she's not good right now. All right. Y'all can have fun. Y'all can have fun debating over Raquel, cause I'm about to get out of here. And then Tokyo Rockstar's response is, well, Raquel is awesome because Dakota Kai's taking the belt, so All right, y'all have fun with that. Yeah, Catherine, we're gonna end it with that. She's not a great champion right now, but we'll see. All right. Oh, this is a good question. How can you tell if someone is being carried in the match? When you're watching a match between Raquel Gonzalez and Io Shirai, and you're seeing Raquel move very slow, and you're seeing Raquel do the very minimum, and her punches don't look realistic, and anytime she hits a move, Io is the one to do the backflips. She's the one to, take the bumps and do all this craziness. It's basically Io carrying Raquel to a good match. That's what that was. The phrase that Ric Flair would tell people that Shawn Michaels could have a 5-star classic with a broomstick? That basically means that Shawn Michaels can carry anybody to a good match. So, yeah, Raquel is not someone, in my personal opinion, who's at that level to have a good match by herself. Sorry. All right. Y'all have fun. Y'all debate that down below. With that said, thank y'all for watching. So tomorrow, we'll do another live broadcast. It will be a SmackDown review, WrestleMania edition, and then the big weekend. WrestleMania's night 1 and night 2. So thank y'all for watching. I look forward to seeing what y'all had to say in the comments because I'm pretty sure I pissed some of y'all off. Regardless, thank you for watching. This is Alex, just Alex, signing out right here in Alex's World. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.